Welcome to yoga. This is Nicole Street. I'll be leading you through yoga today. So we'll first do some warm up, and if you need to modify any of the poses, feel free to do that. So we're gonna make a circle, go down and around, a circle to the side. So we twist the body to the side and down, and then twist back. So from the front, it looks like this. Reach, and then continue up, down, and continue up. And then let's reach the arms up there, turn the palms towards the sky and lift. Maybe a little bend in the back. Bring the arms down, and we'll do circles on the other side. So let's lift the arms up. We'll go down on that side and then twist the other side. So down on what looks like the right, up on the left, down on the right, up on the left. Two more. Up, getting the shoulders warm, and up. And now we're going to bend halfway forwards, reaching the head forwards away from the hips. Then bend the knees and come up to a yoga chair. A nice tall yoga chair, reaching down back with the hips. And then lift up. Nice breath in. Take the arms out to the sides and down. Very nice. Now let's bend the knees and come all the way back up, stretching upwards. Let the left arm come down and we'll reach towards the right into the sky. Come back up to the center. Switch to the other side. Reaching now with the left hand. And come back up. And now this time we'll bend forwards a little farther if we can. You can do a forward fold or Uttanasana. And back up to a flat back, reaching that head forwards again. And then down to the floor. We're going to step back with our left foot. Plant the left hand and twist up to the right side. Spread those fingers out so we can stretch the hands, and the shoulders are in alignment with each other. You can take your gaze up as high as it's comfortable. Then we'll come back to the mat, continue our sun salutation by stepping into a plank, holding the plank for a breath. And then on the exhale of that breath, keeping the elbows in, we're going to come down to chaturanga, touching the knees and chest, and then come up to a nice cobra. So you can have your elbows bent if you need to, so then you'll be in a lower cobra, or you can have them extended. Then let's turn our toes under and rock and press back into a downward facing dog and walk the dog. So as we alternate pressing our heels down, we're still reaching back with the hips. So now let's have the feet just stationary, really reach back and also lower the chest and shoulders. So you get a nice stretch in the spine. Let the head hang down. Fingers are spread out and well connected to the floor. And then we'll step or jump up to our hands. Hang in a forward fold. Come up to a flat back. Hang in a forward fold again. And then take the arms out and let's come all the way up for a nice stretch upwards. And then bring the arms down. And now we'll do the same thing on the other side. Bend the knees and reach upwards. Hold halfway down, maybe all the way down if you can. Inhale halfway, reaching the head forwards. Exhaling downwards, and this time step back with the right foot. Plant the right hand near the left foot. Swoop the left arm up, spread the fingers. Maybe reach back a little bit with that right heel and breathe. Our arms are in line with each other again, getting a nice little twist to the side. And then return the left arm, step back with the left foot into a plank, take a breath. And then we'll lower ourselves down into chaturanga again, knees and chest, and then swoop into a cobra. Low or high is fine. And then turn the toes under and rock and press into a downward facing dog and walk the dog. And then we'll stretch our dog. So reach the hips back, lower the chest and shoulders. Breathe here, nice calm and full breathing. And through the nose as much as you can, and making noise if you can. So nice, thicker, breathy sound. It's helpful. And then we'll step or jump up to our hands, hang in a forward fold. Come up to a flat back again. Then hang in a forward fold. And swoop the arms out. And let's slowly come all the way up. Reaching nice and high. And then bringing the hands down to the heart center and breathe. So if you feel like your posture isn't at its optimum alignment, you might try tipping the pelvic floor forward or back. Maybe drawing the shoulder blades together. Maybe it comes from the feet and you want to build up the arches. And then you can stand with your arms straight down or bring your hands together in front of the heart center. Lift the crown of the head and continue to breathe. And this is our mountain pose. So breathe here. And again, welcome to class. Nice vigorous warm up. Now we're going to take it down a notch as far as energetic things. Step the feet apart a little bit and let's swoop our arms around to the side and the other way. So we'll get a nice gentle twist. We'll let our shoulders swing so that they are getting more lubricated. And you can lift the opposite heel as you twist. And then we'll come back to the center. Take another big breath in. Reach up nice and high. Stretch upwards. And now lower the left arm. Lean to the left side. Reaching with the right hand. Then back up to the center. Lower the right arm. Reach with the left over to that right side. Stretching, especially along that left side of the body, and back up. Big breath in. Let's bring the hands down to the heart center. Do some bellows breathing. So we'll take in air, let the elbows go out to the sides. Big breath in. And then exhale. So that lungs kind of squeeze back in with the ribs. Again, open. Breathe in. Exhale, bellows outward. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, press the air out. And one more. Breathe in, let those elbows go out. A nice stretch of the intercostal muscles, those between the ribs, and exhale. Very nice. Now let's swing the arms back and forth. We'll do a little balance work, so you can hold on to something if you want to. We're going to go up on the pads of the feet or up on the toes and just stretch upwards, keeping the balance the best we can. You can come up and down if it's a little tricky, if you're not quite there. And then bring the arms down, swing them again. And then we'll reach our arms up behind us, palms upwards and lift. We're holding them there to work the triceps and then release, shake the arms. And let's take another deep breath. Bend the knees, reach up. We're going to go into another chair. So lower the hips, keeping the back straight, not necessarily straight up, but straight from hips to shoulders. And then come up. Nice breath in. And let the arms float down. Nice. Let's separate the feet now, keeping that nice bend in the knees. We're going to go around in circles. Trying to get my view here again. Some nice big circles with the hips. I don't know why it's not coming back. And then we'll switch the direction. And then switch it again. We'll do one more time going each direction. That's it. So welcome to Pauline and Debbie today, and whoever else is tuned into this later on YouTube. And then back the other way. And then back to the center. We're going to take our arms out to the side, separate the fingers and the thumb, and make some circles out there. And then the other way. Building strength in the upper back, the shoulders, and the arms. And a little bit more, and we'll bring the arms down and give them a good shake. We're gonna now you can have the arms hanging, or you can place your hands on your hips. We're gonna turn the head from side to side, warm up the neck a little bit. And our gaze, or our drishti, follows the head, the movement of the head. And we're still focusing on breathing with the movements, or at least taking nice, deep, calming breath each time. And now let's go up and down. So we're nodding the head. Go slowly at first, especially if your neck is a little bit stiff. And just go as far as it's comfortable. And then we'll let the chin come down to the chest or towards the chest and breathe. Maybe tuck the chin in a little bit. And then we'll look up. We're going to go into some Virabhadrasana or warrior poses next. So let's step back with the right leg. Sink into a high lunge so that the left knee is above or behind the ankle. Our hips are facing forwards, just like the left knee, and we're going to swoop our arms forwards too. And then as high up as your arms comfortably can go, stretch away from the shoulders, and then bring the arms back into the shoulder socket so you're anchoring nice and firmly And then you can take your drishti up higher, your gaze can go up maybe a little higher than straight ahead, or maybe even as far as between the hands, or anywhere in between. Breathe. And one other modification is you can be holding on to something and just using one arm during these poses, and that's fine too. Now let's lift up, turn the back foot out, twist the upper body to the side, arms front and back, and bend the forward knee. The torso is still above the hips. And now let's draw our shoulder blades in. So we're firming up the upper back, building muscle and promoting a straighter spine. And breathe. We want to keep arches in our feet too to help support the ankles. And then lower the right arm, lift the left arm, turn the palm towards the back, reach up, and then slide that right hand down a little so you can reach at an angle back a bit. So you're getting a nice curve, stretching along the left side of the body, and breathing. Remembering to breathe. Then we'll slowly come back up to our beloved warrior two. Draw the shoulder blades in again. We're going to modify our triangle, so you can do Trikonasana, the traditional straight-legged way, but we're going to keep our left leg bent. Hinge forward from the hips, and bring the left elbow down. Right arm goes up, and then roll the right shoulder back, or you might think of it as bringing the chest straight to the side, or as far as you can. Fingers are spread. Now reach the upper body away from the hips. So we're elongating down near the base of the spine. And then come back up and turn to the right. So our legs are spread out. You can bring them a little closer if you want. And we're going to take some big circles. And again, exhale, reach across. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach down and across. And inhale, reach up. And let's do one more. Down and across. Up, inhale, and let the arms come down. Give them a little shake. We've done a lot of work. Now we're going to turn back towards the front of the mat. And then bring that right foot up to meet the left and walk it out. And it just got darker here, so I'm going to have to flip the, whoa, that was bright. Flip the lights on maybe too much. It's a strobe light show. All right, so now before we do the other side, let's stand in the middle, nice comfortable stance. Let's take our arms back. So we have a soft bend in the knees, so there's not any pressure on the knees or anything that's going to hurt them. And then we want to reach back and reach forward. So when we reach back, to stretch across the chest. When we bring the arms across in front, we're bringing in this abdominal area, tightening it up, drawing it inward and upward. So we're strengthening our core, loosening the shoulders. And then reach the arms out. Lift the arms up. Big breath in. And then let the arms slowly float down. Let's do some shoulder rolls before we do Virabhadrasana on the other side. So reach the shoulders down, up and around. Up and around. And now let's switch the direction. Nice big rolls. Really getting the neck involved. The knees keep a soft bend and kind to bounce a little bit like springs, nice soft springs. And then let the arms hang down and shake the arms out. Okay, standing at the front of the mat. This time we're going to reach back with our left foot, sink into the high lunge. Our right knee bends and it goes straight forwards. Both hips are straight forwards as well. As we sink down, belly's in, chest is lifted, that sort of thing. And then we're going to take our arms forwards and then just take them up as high as it's comfortable for you. Listening to and honoring your own body. Stretch the arms away and then anchor them in. And the drishti or gaze is straight ahead, part way up or all the way up. So this is Virabhadrasana 1. And then we'll go into Virabhadrasana 2, which is lifting up, turning the left foot out, twisting the torso to the side, and then letting the arms come down. And now bending that right knee straight ahead. So some of the modifications, again, you can hold on with one arm. You can sit in a chair like we do in our chair yoga classes. Yeah, those are the main ones. All right, now we're going to lower our left arm, reach the right arm up, stretch that arm away, turn the palm back, and then slide the left hand down a little, or just make a nice curve with that upper body and still reach with the right hand. And our right knee is still going straight ahead. Sometimes the knee will want to collapse inward, and we just want to check it. And then up we go again. Now we're getting ready for our triangle. So again, you can do the straight leg one if you want, or bend the knee, keep the knee bent, bring the elbow forwards, lift the left arm, and we want our chest to be sideways. So you want to roll the left shoulder and chest around a bit till that can happen. Spread the fingers out. And then the most important probably is to reach with the upper body away from the hips, elongating through the spine. And then we'll slowly make our way back up and turn to the left side now. Adjust your stance. Let's just take a nice breath in and reach at first. And then bring the hands down to the sides, onto the hips, or onto the thighs. First, we're going to bend our right leg and get a stretch in the left one. And make sure that you have arches in the feet here. And then lift and go towards the other side. We're getting a nice stretch in the leg that's extended. And back up. Nice breath in. Bring the arms all the way down. We're going to do that one more time. So extend one of your legs, get an inner leg stretch. You can put your hands on the floor if you happen to be able to do that. Lift the hips and move to the other side. It's a nice stretch. And then come back up to the center. And we're going to turn towards our right foot and step forwards and walk it out a bit. So this is probably a good time to take a drink. So take a little minute or two break right now. Now we'll come back. Well, if you're all back, that's great. And we're going to hold on to a piece of furniture or put our hand on the wall, something like that. And then we're going to stretch our quadriceps. So reach the right hand back for the right foot and bring the foot a little closer and a little closer as your quadricep relaxes and allows the foot to come in. Our bellies are drawn in and upwards. Our shoulder blades are drawn towards each other. We're holding on, or we can reach back with both hands. It's up to you. And then the final thing to check is that the head is still above the body, in line with the rest of the spine. A nice stretch, opening the chest if you have both hands back. If you're holding on to one, you can even press that right hip forwards a little. That might help get the stretch maybe a little bit deeper, maybe bring it up a little higher. Definitely make it more intense. And one more breath. And then we'll lower that side, walk it out, and switch to the other side. So again, if you want to reach out, hold on to something, reach back, this time with the left arm, whichever one you didn't already do. And then slowly bring that foot in closer, 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 until it's to a point where you know that's enough for you today. Every day is different, every body is different. And so do what's right for you. And if you want to, you can reach back with both arms. Press the left hip a bit forwards. Make sure the head is, you can go forwards like this. If it does, you need to bring it back up as best you can, so that we keep the spine in nice alignment. And then we'll slowly lower that one down and walk it out a bit more. So we're going to be going down onto hands and knees in some other floor positions. So before we do that, we're going to do a little bit of the twist. So separate the feet and let the hips twist. You might feel it underneath the ribs here. That's mostly where we are working. And you can bend your knees a little more. You can straighten up more. You can, make it yours and have fun. Turn around if you want. And just a little bit longer. And then we'll call it quits for now. All right, so we need to get down to all fours. And the way we're going to do that is to go into a downward facing dog. So if you'd rather not do downward facing dog, then hold on to a piece of furniture and come down onto the knees that way. Let's bend and lift. And come forwards. Come into a downward facing dog by stepping the feet back. Walk the dog. And then stretch the dog again, lowering the chest, reaching back with the hips, letting the head hang. And here we are in our dog. And then we're going to bring our knees to the ground and adjust the arms so that our wrists are underneath the shoulders. And the knees are in line with the hips. Spread the fingers all the way out, connect well to the floor. And then let's do some cow and cat. So cow, we reach the head forwards and the hips back. That's our inhale. And now exhale is curving upwards, drawing the abdominal area in towards the spine. Inhale, stretch out into cow. Exhale, draw upwards into cat. And do this at your own pace a few more times. With the breath, so we're coordinating our nice full Ujjayi breathing with our movements. And then we're going to sink our hips down into child's pose. So balasana or balasana. Hips come down to the heels, walk or slide the hands forwards, and bring the forehead to the floor or near it, and bring the chest closer to the thighs. And breathe. While we're in child's pose, we'll be doing a nice twist bend to the side. So we're going to walk our hands over to the right a little, maybe a foot to a foot and a half, and let the chest follow the arms, and then settle into this nice side angled stretch. Breathe your Ujjayi breath. Relax as much as you can here, or even relax the facial muscles. One more breath here. And then we'll bring our arms back to the center. Take a nice breath in here. And then we'll exhale and take the arms over to the left side. Reach out, lower the chest, lower the forehead. Maybe it only comes down to maybe your cheek rests on your arms. That's fine too. And breathe. Actually, that's a pretty long reach to get the forehead to the floor. So feel good about resting your cheek on your arm if you want. And then we'll bring the arms back to the center and slide the arms back. We're going to do a little bit of sitting. So let's go on to one hip and let's bring that right leg across, and we'll first do a seated twist. So we want to plant the right leg next to the left knee. And so foot next to knee. Wrap the left arm around the right knee, or you can even, some people like to bring it onto the outside of the knee. And then lift the right arm, stretch it up, twist the upper body, and then bring the arm down to the floor behind your right hip. And then lift through the spine and crown head. And then if you can, go around a little bit farther, and it's comfortable, go ahead and continue progressing around. And breathe. And then we'll release that nice side stretch, twist, and come back to the center. Let's place our hands behind us with the fingers facing forwards behind the hips and a little to the side. Lean back into those arms, so it looks like this. And then reach the legs out in front of you. And then switch which foot is on top. So it's a brief half a boat. And now we have the other foot on the outside of the knee. We're going to reach our right arm around the left knee, draw it in closer, and sit up nice and tall. Take the left arm up and around and place it behind you, and start slowly twisting around to the left side. So remember, it's the body is trying to progress around slowly and carefully. So as we relax, as the muscles relax, if you can go a little bit deeper into the pose, then do. If not, stay where that point is that you're working, but it's a comfortable work. And then we'll come back to face the front. Let's now stretch the legs out and then bend reach for the left ankle and bring it in. So it's against the inside of the right thigh. And then we're going to move the right leg out a bit. And we'll just do a nice side stretch. So we're going to reach out for our ankle or our toes and lift the other arm and turn the body to the side. And then reach up and towards the space above the right foot. So we want our left arm to be in line with the head, with the ear. Then we'll slowly come up, turn towards that foot, and tip forwards from the hips. So we don't necessarily have to go very far to get a good stretch. You can reach out for the feet, but take it easy and make sure that your body is comfortable with how far you're going forwards, trying to keep the back straight and all. A little bit deeper if it's comfortable. You're getting into a hamstring stretch and a calf stretch. And then we'll slowly come back up. And now let's switch our legs. So now we have, first our chest is in line with that outstretched leg. Reach down, maybe it's the shin that you grab or the ankle or the toes. Take the right arm out and up and try to keep it in line with the ear. And then start reaching away from you as you tip from the hips. So you're getting a lot of stretch in the body, along the ribs, that outside area, shoulders. And then we'll slowly come up. And let's turn towards that foot. So we want to try to keep our back straight, tipping from the hips. Bring the chest a little lower. Hold on to the shin, or if you can reach the toes, you can reach that far, fine. And bring the chest a little lower if it feels good. Then we'll slowly sit back up. And let's just sit in a comfortable cross-legged pose for now. Sukhasana is the easier one with the foot in front and behind. You can even have your legs quite a bit in front if that's easier for you on any given day. You can also sit in a half lotus, which is bringing one of the feet up here to tuck it in that crevice between the thigh and the abdomen. And that's a half lotus, or you can convert it to a full lotus and have both of the feet up there by the hips. Now we're going to turn the palms up. And today we're going to bring our index finger to the thumb. That is our mudra or hand position for just a brief bit of meditation. So we want to rock the pelvic floor back a little so the spine is straight all the way down, as much as we can manage. Lift the crown of the head, draw the shoulder blades together. So we work on the posture a little bit to get it so that the body's in a healthier position. And then close the eyes and focus solely on the breath as much as you can for the next 4 breaths. So everyone's breath is a different has a different capacity. Let's undo our hand mudra, then uncross our legs and have the feet out in front of us, legs bent. We're going to go down onto our backs next. So let's bring the arms next to the knees and just slide them back as we go down onto our backs. We're going to lift our arms and our legs and do some flexing and pointing. So if you want to do this sitting in a chair or sitting on the floor or even standing, well, standing's a little tougher, or with the legs up on some furniture, that's fine. So we're still flexing and pointing. And now let's hold a flex. And then hold a point. Hold a flex. And hold a point. And bring the knees in. Place the feet on the floor. Arms out to the sides. And we're going to let our knees go over to the left and our head go to the right. So we're going to get a little bit more neck work too. Sort of a range of motion stretch with the neck in this. Now bring the knees to the middle, the head too. And take the knees to the right and the head to the left. So we're looking out to the left side as far as it's comfortable to go left. Then bring the legs and head back to the center. Switch again. And breathe. And then back to the center and switch again. And breathe. And then bring the knees back into the middle of the head. And we're going to lift our hips up into a nice half bridge. So wriggle the shoulders under, really giving good support underneath the back. And then weave the fingers together if you can reach. Otherwise, you can just place your palms on the floor, maybe lightly pressing downward. And lift the hips up. We want our knees to be about hip distance or so apart. And breathe a little bit longer. And then we'll slowly roll the spine down, one vertebrae at a time. Bring the knees into the chest again. Send the legs up and the arms too. And this time we're going to take the feet and hands in circles around the ankle and wrist. So the legs and arms are just supporting this activity. The action is in the ankle and wrist mostly. But you can also use this time to kind of roll through your fingers and toes and get those digits loosened up as well. Now let's go the other way. And then we'll bring the knees back down in towards the chest. Wrap the arms around the knees. Breathe here a little bit longer. So we are stretching our low back. Now we're going to place our hands behind the knees. And for those of you who enjoy rocking forward and back, that's what we're doing next. Rocking forward, back, 5 or 6 times. And then we'll come up into a squat. So we'll be on our feet with our knees deeply bent and our hips low to the ground. So let's go ahead and place the feet on the ground. Press your hands against the floor behind the hips, and then move your upper body up so it's above your feet. Something like this. I'll show you from the front as well, something like that. And then try to lift up through the crown of the head, straightening the back. Just a nice little squat. And from our squat, we're going to lean forwards. So place the hands on the floor. And then bend the elbows so that the chest and knees come closer to the floor. And then press back up. So if we keep our elbows kind of in line with our hands and shoulders, it's probably a little bit better. So let's try that. So it's almost like a push-up. And then come back up. And one more. Just putting some good amount of weight into those hands and then pressing back up. Nice. Now let's walk back into our hands and knees position. And we're going to do a little bit of scorpion. So this pose, this asana, is lifting the right leg but keeping the knee bent. And then reaching the right foot towards the back of the head. And then bringing that leg down. So it doesn't have to come close, it's just the act of trying. And then lift the left leg up so the left foot is reaching for the back of the head. That's our scorpion. And then bring it down. Nice. Okay, so now we're going to come up to standing to do another balance pose. So let's turn the toes under. If you want to go through a downward facing dog, stretch into the dog. If you want to come up to standing your own way, that's fine. If you need to be a little more supported, or maybe not have the head hanging down low, then that's fine. Go ahead and do it a different way that's safe for you. And then let's walk or jump up to our hands, hang in forward fold, come up to a flat back again, hang in forward fold, and then we'll do that reverse swan, arms out to the sides, and come up like a reverse swan dive, and bring the arms up and the head up, and stretch. And then hands down to the heart center. And then close the eyes if you can. Hold on to something if you need to. And breathe here. One more nice full Ujjayi breath. You can even close the eyes. Back into our mountain pose, or Tadasana, like ta-da, but Tadasana. And then we'll let the arms come down and give them a nice shake. Okay, before we do that balance pose, we're going to do a shoulder stretch. So let's take the right arm up and bend at the elbow and bring the left hand up to the right elbow and move the arm around so that you can feel a nice stretch. And then make sure that the head, if it's hanging forwards, comes back up above the body. So the spine, and including the neck, stays in nice alignment. And then we'll reach our arms up and switch to the other arm. So now we want our left arm bent and our right arm is the guide. Still nice alignment and posture. Our bellies are in and upwards. Our pelvic floor is neutral. Ankles are supported. So many little things we can work on. So if you just pick one or two each time, that's probably going to do a lot of good for you. And then reach the arms up. Bring the arms down. Give them another shake. And then let's take the arms up and weave the fingers together above the head. Turn the palms up again. And get a nice stretch where you really let the upper back bend in a nice bow as much as it wants. And then bring the arms down. Step the feet farther apart, reach behind the hips, weave the fingers there, and press the knuckles down. And then start lifting them slightly up, a little more if that feels good. And if you like the idea of tipping forwards and letting the arms float up even higher, go ahead and do that. If not, continue to stand and lift the arms in a standing position. It's fine. And then if we're hanging, let's come back up. So we're all standing again. Release the arms and again, give them a nice shake. Okay, so our standing position, that is our next pose or asana, is going to be holding on to the toes. So if you want to hold on to a piece of furniture, you can. We'll be standing and doing a balanced pose. It's also a stretch and a strength builder. So we want to grab onto our foot, maybe just the big toe, and reach the leg in front of us. So here's a modification. You can hold on to the furniture and just hold on under your thigh and try to lift the leg up and try to straighten it. So this is a good one for a lot of people. Or you can grab the toe and stretch it out to whatever degree is right for you. And then when it's out in front, go ahead and bend it a couple times, get a feel for it. And then stretch it out and see if you can move it a little to the side. And if you are in pretty good balance today, try to let go with your other arm. Lift it up, lift it to the side, whatever is fun for you. And then bring the leg back to the front, back in and down. Now we'll do the other side. So reach down for the toe. Or remember, you can also just hold on to the thigh near the knee and extend the leg from that position. So whichever one you want to try today, this would be the challenging one with the toe and hand connection. And then bend and extend, just as far as is comfortable. And then from there, try to move the leg out to the side, holding on to your support or letting go. And you can take the arm up or to the side, whatever you like. And then we'll go back to the front position. Bring the knee in, bring the foot in, and put it on the floor. And walk it out. Ooh, that's a challenging one. Okay, so while we're here, we're going to do just some nice bends with the legs. So stand with the feet a comfortable distance apart, maybe even 1.5 feet, 2 feet apart. Toes out at a 45-degree angle. So they're not going to the side and they're not straight ahead, but in between. And then we're going to try to have the knees go in line with the feet. And with our arms, you could do ballet arms if you want. Or you can just have the arms out to the sides. Or you can take them up and then down, up and down. Just so you get some nice bending in the legs and keep the arms active. And let's do 1 or 2 more. And then let the arms come down. And walk the toes closer, then the heels, then the toes, then the heels. Let's go back the other way. Let's take the toes out, heels out, toes out, heels out, toes out, toes in, heels in, toes in, heels in. And walk it out a little bit. Okay, next we're going to do our goddess pose. So let's take our feet apart. And we can have the toes a little bit at an angle or straight ahead for this one. Take the arms up nice and high, maybe into star, or you can even bring the hands together or have them straight up. And then we're going to bend the arms and legs really strongly, have the fingers spread way out, or make fists. Your choice. And then lift and reach. And now bend into goddess. You can even draw the belly in and go up. And then let the arms come down. Nice. Okay. So let's go ahead and get another drink and we'll go down onto the floor. Let's go ahead and prop our legs up on a piece of furniture to start. So you can be doing that while I make the camera adjustments. So you can scooch your hips as close to your furniture as you want. You can have your legs almost straight up, or they can be at a softer angle. And then we'll start taking our arms up and over. Just doing some nice breath work. Breathe in, reach. Exhale, bring the arms to the sides. Pressing the air out as you draw the belly in. Breathe in, open up the chest. Stretch the lungs, stretch the ribs. And then bring the arms back. So we're expanding the lungs and stretching the intercostal muscles. One more breath between the rib cage, between each rib, and then bring the arms down. Nice. Let's do a couple angel wings. So arms out to the side and then just hover or slide them up higher, higher, higher until it's a comfortable turning point for you, and then bring the arms back along the floor to the hips. So a different range of motion, arms out and up above the head if you can. And then out to the side and all the way down. Now we'll do a shoulder stretch, arms out to the sides. Let's take our right arm across the chest, straight across, and then bring the left hand up to the upper arm. And if you want, if you're not already getting a lot of stretch, then you can nestle the right arm in a little bit closer using the help of the left hand. And breathe, nice calm Ujjayi breath as you feel this gentle stretch in the lower shoulder. And then open up the arms. And then on your next exhale, bring the left arm across and let the right hand assist if you need it. Nice, calm Ujjayi breathing. And then open up the arms. And then we're going to bring our knees closer. So lift them off the support, lift them into the air. We're going to do a little pedaling. So if you're very, very close, you might have to scooch back a little. A little bit of pedaling, being careful not to bump your feet into whatever you are keeping your legs on. And then let's go back the other way. And then we'll place our legs back up on that support. And now we're going to scrunch up our toes. So curl those toes, make fists with the hands, and then breathe in and stretch the toes and fingers out. So scrunch them up and then stretch the toes and fingers out away from each other, making room between those toes and fingers. Scrunch them up, and you can tighten the legs and the arms and the chest, the back, stretch them out, and then relax the legs back up on the furniture. Let's put our hands on the lowest part of the rib cage, close the eyes, and take a couple deep breaths like we did in meditation with the eyes closed. Relax the muscles across the forehead, out at the temple, around the outer part of the eyes, the part that sometimes we scrunch up. And then relax the eyebrows and the eyes, eyelids. Relax across the nose and the cheeks. Around the nostrils and the upper lip. The outer corners of the mouth, the lower lip. And relax the tongue. And also let go of the tension in the jaw. So soften wherever you can. Soften around the head, the crown of the head, and the back of the head. Just let those areas relax as much as you can. We're getting a nice chance to focus on our breath, relax our facial muscles, crown of our head. Our blood is easily returning back to our hearts. So even though we're resting, we're doing a lot of good work. Then we'll lower our feet down towards the ground and walk ourselves around so that we can be on our mat. So if you come off the mat, you might want to wiggle around until you can be on your mat again. Let's go next into a lying down butterfly. Let the knees go out to the sides. Bring the outer edges of the feet together and let the soles of the feet open like a book. We can have our arms out to the sides here and draw the shoulder blades in, relax the shoulders. Or you can bend the elbows and have the arms comfortably up above the head. Or you can leave the hands at the base of the rib cage so that you can keep track of your breath and the feeling of that breath. And just breathe here a little longer. You can close your eyes again. And if you feel tension in any of the areas that we were working to relax, in the face, around the head, if any of those muscles have tried to tighten back up on you, just release them again. It's good practice anyway. And then let's return the arms. If they're out somewhere, let's bring the knees back together and straighten out that left leg. You're going to lift the hips and move them to the right and do a nice full spinal twist. So let's take the left hand to the outside of the right knee and roll that right knee across the body towards the floor on the left side. Doesn't have to reach the floor, but that's the direction it's going. Then reach the right arm out to the right and let the shoulders sink down into the floor. And the arm too. And then let's turn our heads as far to the right as we comfortably can. Another chance to extend the range of motion of the neck. And then look out beyond the hand or somewhere in that general direction. With the eyes closed, let's imagine that we're looking far away from us. Maybe we're looking out over some rolling hills. Maybe it's wheat fields, or maybe it's some beautiful Kaua'i hills. And then we're looking out as far as we can see towards the mountains, rising up, there are clouds up at the top. And the wind is just nice against the skin. And you can hear the wind rustling the grasses, maybe some fairly nearby coconut palms, that nice clitter clack that the coconut palms sound makes. And then we'll roll back to the center. Bend the left knee and scooch the hips into the middle again. Now we'll reach our right leg out and scooch the hips a little to the left side. With the right hand, we'll roll the left knee across and reach the other arm out to the side and let it sink and the shoulder sink into the floor. And now let's turn our head as far towards the left side as we comfortably can. And breathe. Relaxing the muscles along the body, the back, the chest. Relaxing the hips and the thighs. Close your eyes and imagine a beautiful place in which to meditate. Maybe it's sunset in the desert on a mountaintop. Maybe it's down at the beach. Maybe it's lakeside.
Wherever it is that you love, just imagine being there and breathing your calm and full Ujjayi breath. Notice the different sensations of the sounds around you. Maybe you smell some very nice aromas wafting on the breeze. Maybe it's kuakene or some other floral scent you like. Or it's a patch of mint nearby. Whatever it is that you like. Relax the muscles of the body. Notice if you're feeling a little more relaxed in the twist. If there are any areas of the twist that are a little bit uncomfortable, just back out of the twist a little bit so that you can remain comfortable and make progress over a longer period of time. And we'll slowly roll back to the center and bend the right knee. Scooch the hips into the middle and draw the knees into the chest. And breathe. So a little stretch of the back straight on, and then lift the legs up, arms to the sides. We're going to rock a little bit off of our hips as we take the legs in ovals or circles in the sky. So we'll bring the feet together, draw them nearer to the head, and then open up into a circle and continue that. And as you do, lift the hips up off of the floor a little bit, or a lot if you want a little extra challenge. You can take the legs out a little farther if you want to, or you can keep those circles small. You have options, so go ahead and do what you feel like today. Maybe a different day, you can try something else. And now we're going to reverse those circles and lift the hips as the feet come closer to the space above the head. We're getting close to our Shavasana. So let's do one more circle. And then reach between the knees, grab onto the big toes, and rock side to side in Happy Baby. And here again, you could do a lot of different things in your Happy Baby. You can stretch up one leg as the other one draws closer. So try that. You can rock all the way over to one side and then all the way over to the other, so that your leg actually lies on the floor all along the side of it, kind of like this if you want to see. You can even bring both legs together just above the floor. Or you can just do kind of a regular Happy Baby. That's nice too. Nothing fancy, just rocking side to side. Feeling the nice massaging of the low back. Or if you bring the knees closer or the feet closer to the head, you'll get a little more of the higher back and shoulders. So you can mix it up. It's always nice to get a massage. And then we'll bring our feet back together. Bring the feet down onto the floor and stretch the legs all the way out. And then we'll do 3 full body stretches and sink into a lovely Shavasana. So let's take our arms up and over, reach with the legs too. Stretch, expand the ribs. Exhale, arms back to the sides and draw the belly in to squish out air. Now inhale, reach up and over. Exhale. And the last one. Breathe in, up and over. Exhale. Very nice. Let's draw the shoulder blades close together in the back. Let the shoulders sink down into the floor and have the palms going up towards the sky. And then check that your feet are about equally distanced from your center line. So just take a look. And if they're not about equal from your center, then make a little bit of adjustment. If you want your feet to go more straight up rather than out to the side, maybe you're protecting the knee or hip, then you can just squish the calf muscle towards the outside of the calf. And that should support the legs a little bit, and so the feet will go more straight up. So those are some little pointers. And then with the eyes closed and your head relaxing on the mat, notice how you feel in the body. Are the toes and fingers tingling, or are they relaxed, or do they have a little tension and maybe you want to make scrunches and stretches again, or just wiggle them and then let them go and see if they'll relax a little better. Are your thighs relaxed? Is your chest breathing? You can feel the chest moving up and down. The shoulders, are they sinking down towards the floor? Is the chin up? If it is, see if you can tuck it in so that you're more on the back of the head than the top. And now, notice what you hear in your environment. Notice if you feel any breeze on your skin, or maybe there's a fan. Notice the temperature. Notice the color behind the eyelids. Notice where you are in your environment and how you feel. And now let's start practicing letting go of all of the things that we could notice. Just releasing them. We saw them, we heard them, we smelled them or tasted, whatever. And now we can just let them go. And let our thoughts drift away so that we can enjoy the stillness, the calmness of Shavasana. This is our time. It's just a little bit of time to fully relax. So enjoy Shavasana.
Now it's time to start wiggling your toes and your fingers, bringing your awareness back to our yoga class. Take a little time to stretch your fingers and toes. Make waves with your fingers, maybe your toes too, if you can. And then you can stay lying down if you'd like more rest, or you can come up to a comfortable seated position. And we'll do some ohms to finish off our class. So sit in a nice, comfortable seated position. And we'll take our arms up above the head. Stretch the spine a little bit more. Bring the hands to the heart center. And now we'll take a deep breath in for 3 ohms. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you for being here today. Namaste. And good job to everyone. Nice long class. All right, I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to our video.